What's up? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit that like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this conversation. After all the Travis Hunter social media drama with his relationship with his chosen chick and him deactivating his Instagram account, reactivating it, her deactivating hers, and to my knowledge she's either still hasn't reactivated it or it's private. I don't know. I really don't care. I don't follow either of them, but they hadn't been seen in public together since all of that drama went down, with people calling her out, saying she's for the streets, posting previous videos of her and you know, just making her look like she's for the streets and it's not somebody that should be wifed up. But they were spotted together at the Sports Illustrated 2024 Sports Person of the Year Awards in Las Vegas, and they walked the red carpet together. A lot of people on social media were, some were congratulatory and saying, oh, they look good, have fun. But, you know, others, they really didn't have anything complimentary to say about her more so. And some people, they just really want to have him see the light, to say, look, don't do it. But I've said before, this is his choice, and it's one of those decisions that he's going to have to live with. Hey, maybe she's changed. I don't know. They're both young, but for everything that they do to be a social media couple, I mean, it seems like that's what they have chosen to be, because I don't follow any of these other sports people, but are there any other people in the limelight like he is, that's young, that is not married and has their girlfriend around like that all of the time, like walking the red carpets with them, and pretty much you know as much about her as you know about the player? It's not usually that way. I mean, there are people that have been married for years to athletes that you don't even know who they are. And yeah, some of them, that definitely is by choice, and I can completely understand that. But somebody said something, actually a couple of people said something, and I want to say or read what they had to say. One of them is an athlete by the name of Des Bryant. He said, I've tried my best not to get into Travis's business, but I had to after seeing this. I'm here to tell you, brother, wake up and quit playing. She talked all that stuff about you, saying she was going to address the situation once, but kept talking about it. She loves the attention way more than you. She thinks she is an equal to you. I can tell you're a great dude, and I promise there's a woman out there who is going to make your life easy and respect you. From what I see, she has nothing to offer but a major headache. But you got to offer, what you have. She's not the one. But Deion Sanders, who is his coach and mentor, he made a statement, and no, it was not direct, but it's clear that he was talking about Travis Hunter and his girlfriend. And this is what he said a few weeks ago. He said, most of us are at a crossroad, and we've got to get this one right. Please reflect and examine your decision-making process, and then look at where you are and evaluate everything. Now look down the street and decide if you have everything around you and within you to make it there. In all caps, now. Now, I'm quite sure that was it was a statement about him. And yeah, people could take it for themselves, and, you know, because he does the motivational stuff and all of that on his social media. But I could see how he was directing that at Travis Hunter, but not being direct. And we don't know what he's been saying to this guy behind the scenes. I'm quite sure he's been trying to give him some advice regarding protecting yourself, protecting your, you know, soon to be wealth, hopefully. Because let's be clear, there are a lot of people who got into sports who did not last very long. Football is one of those sports where the injury rate is really high. The career span is not very long, and that chick, she you're gonna learn. I'll just put it like that. So you better be protecting yourself when it comes to your finances, because she's clearly there for what she can gain. She's made it clear that he was not her type, and different things like that. But like I said before, I feel like he's the type where someone that looks like her, has her outer aesthetic, if you will, it helps his self-esteem to make him feel better about himself, and to have her as like his trophy to bring along and show off. And there's a cost involved when it comes to having those trophies, if you will. So he's not in my family. He's not my son, cousin, brother, whatever. So it's his life. He'll have to live it and learn. And hopefully she doesn't take him to the cleaners. But I'm quite sure Deion Sanders has tried to warn him behind the scenes. So we'll see what comes of it. But getting pissed because people on social media are sharing their thoughts about what's going on when they have made their relationship very public, like literally a social media relationship, it's a bit hypocritical. So if you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. And I guess he tried to do that by deactivating his social media account, and she did too. But it comes with the territory, and people are going to continue to make commentary on it as long as they see those two together, because that's just what it is, because he is a star in the making, it looks like. And yeah, people are going to have a lot to say.
A moment, I was with one of my really dear friends, and we were cleaning out the closet and picking out an outfit for him for the funeral. And it was a really triggering moment for me, because there was a lot of things I discovered in our closet that I did not know existed. And it was very alarming to me to learn that there was so much happening that I had no clue. So it was a really scary moment in my life to figure that out. But it also helped me process that he was going through so much, and he was hiding so much, and there must have been a lot of shame in that. And he was wrestling with a lot inside himself, and he was trying to self-medicate and cope with all those feelings, because he didn't want to put it on anyone, because he loved everyone so much. He didn't want other people to take on his pain. But it was very alarming and scary to find those things and have never known.
So people are coming for Steven Twitch Boss's widow, and rightfully so, because listen, she is doing the rounds. She did an interview, she wrote a book, and quite frankly, I didn't know who any of them were, so I'm not even going to sit and play on his name or hers, because she may have been similar to him in terms of like the work that they used to do, or he used to do, I should say. I don't know anything about her, and I don't care to look up her biography to see what type of work that she's done. But just to hear the fact that a family member has come out to not just dispute the claims that she made about him being a drug addict, but that they weren't allowed to come to the funeral unless they signed an NDA. I have never heard of anything like that in my life. Now, I'm not saying it's never been something that someone has been presented before. It's possible, but it is insanity. So his cousin came out to respond to a tweet that Candace Diller Bassett put out there when she talked about the widow's interview. She said, "I'm not even going to say it, But this white woman is doing everything but protecting her black children and her black husband's legacy. She could have kept this in her therapist's office, shaking my head. Now, Candace, you said it. She said, I'm not even going to say it, but I agree with her. And then the cousin responded to say, she won't let our family see the kids. He wasn't an addict. He smoked weed and was actively trying to quit. He wasn't some junkie. Yeah, I don't give a F about an NDA. She pretty much said that unless she and other family members needed to sign, unless they sign an NDA, they were not going to be allowed to attend the funeral. Now, that's crazy that would even be something that this widow would even think to bring up, to say, you know what, I know you all are grieving your family, but unless you sign an NDA, you're not going to be able to come. I don't know the relationship that the deceased had with his family. I'm not saying that it was right for her to present that, but it's possible that he wasn't as close with his family as, as they would have liked to have thought. I'm just saying, I'm not trying to give an excuse for it. But the fact that she could even think of something like that, it's like, wow, where would this even come from? But yeah, the cousin said, this crazy woman made me and his actual family, including, sign an NDA just to even attend the funeral. She's been trying to tarnish his legacy and refuses to let the Boss family see the children, only to exploit and lie on my cousin. Hell no. And somebody else responded to it, and this person, Courtney Ann Platt, she said, anyone who knows me knows I go straight to the source during a conflict and handle my business. But since there's clearly no shame in being so public, I haven't said a word in 2 years, but here I go. I was there the moment you both connected. I was there the day you got engaged. I stood by your side on your wedding day. I was in your home the day he died. I was by your side because your husband was my family. It didn't matter how often we spoke, how often we saw each other. We were bonded forever. This is by far the most tacky, classless, opportunistic act I have ever seen in my entire life. We all had to sign some weird NDA to attend his funeral. Even his own mother, who you treated like garbage the entire time. Listen, this is crazy. I know that people have contention and families and things like that, but having them sign an NDA to attend a funeral for somebody that they loved or knew or both is crazy. So yeah, people have been coming for her neck, and she decided to respond. So she said, to fans of Stephen and our family and friends, I want to be clear that my only intention in writing the book is to share my own story as well as part of my life with Stephen to help other people, just like you. I never really knew what happened, and even as I am trying to put the pieces together, I will never really know. If you decide to read the book, hopefully you'll see my intention is to celebrate the love and life I share with Stephen and our 3 beautiful children, and also the more complex aspects of both of our lives. I hope that by sharing our full story, maybe I can help someone else who might see themselves or a loved one in Stephen. And sharing, I hope that maybe they can catch some of the red flags that I missed before it's too late. Over the course of the last 2 years, I've spoken in detail with NAMI, as well as the Solomon family and the Defensive Line Foundation, to better educate myself on mental health issues so that I can share warning signs with others. Listen, I'm not going to read the rest of the statement because the things that she's saying in this statement, I can understand and I can agree with those things. What I don't agree with is the fact that she had people sign NDAs in order to attend a funeral, okay? And in the statement, there was nothing stated or refuting that. There was nothing to say that's not true. There's nothing to even try to explain. Yeah, I had them sign NDAs, but here's why. Like, she's just glossing over that fact, right? And two, you're making money off of this. And I get it. That's what people do. So I'm not here to say that people shouldn't be able to make money off of, their pain. But also, if the family is refuting what you're saying and saying that these things are not true, I don't really know what to say. But my main thing is the NDA, and then the autopsy report didn't show, I believe, that he had any drugs in his system. So what's really going on? I don't know. The whole thing seems messy to me. So I really want to know what you guys think, because the thing that I just really can't get over is the NDAs. That is some messed up stuff. To attend a funeral? Are you kidding me?
But I spoke to Wendy over the holidays.
You did?
Yeah.
What happened?
She seemed perfectly fine to me. Like, Wendy sounded like she could do radio tomorrow if she wanted to.
You reached out to her. She reached out to you. How did that happen?
Oh, she called me. Yeah, and I don't know what incapacitated means in regards to dementia or whatever it is they say she was dealing with. But no, there ain't nothing incapacitated about Wendy Williams.
How was her energy? How was
she sound like Wendy Williams? I'm trying to tell you, like there was she didn't skip a beat. She actually said to me when she called me, she was like, "Why are you answering the phone like we just spoke yesterday? We just talked last week." Like she wanted me to be more excited that she called
stop
me.
Stop acting like you ain't sit on my lap, nigga. What's up?
That's
stop
exactly that's exactly what it was.
Really?
To the point where they, sometimes you be on, like I have the phone on like my shoulder.
Yeah.
I was washing my hands because I had peed, and
we didn't have to hear that part. But
I'm just saying. And
all
then,
right.
and I guess the phone must have said record or something like that. So the phone says, and when I saw it, I stopped it. So it said
recording conversation.
Stopped.
Yeah.
So she was like, "Are you recording me?" And then she was like, "No, you wouldn't do that." Like, so it's like she's perfectly normal.
She said she wanted to come back to media. Did she say anything about that? Like she wished she could be giving us all the tea?
I don't want to say all of that.
Oh, okay.
But like I said, she could do radio tomorrow if she wanted to.
Oh, okay.
I say that.
All right, cool. That's what's up.
Wait a minute.
She want to?
That's not for me. Yeah,
you recorded the whole call, but you can't tell us.
I would never do that.
But,
all right,
but Jesse should have asked him, did she want to do a podcast?
Well,
she said she already wanted to do a podcast before. She put that out there already.
I'm just saying she's calling you. You have your podcast.
She called me
network.
because it was the holidays. Okay, that's what that was about. It was a holiday phone call, catching up with your people at the end of the year. That's what that was. Yes.
he was scared.
We're dropping the clues bombs for Wendy Williams. Okay.
What'd you say, Jess?
I said he was scared as hell. We saw that number.
It wasn't a number. It was a block call. Thank you.
Anyway,
All right.
he was even more scared. You already know what's up.
No call ID.
All right, guys. So Charlamagne is revealing a conversation that he had with Wendy Williams recently, and the fact that she sounded ready to go and could get back to work tomorrow if she wanted to. I don't know if she really wanted him to reveal that, though, because with the conflicting reports that have come out about her being incapacitated and the person who is over her, that has been assigned by the courts and all of that other stuff, there's just been a lot of conflicting reports. But here's just my thought, and this is just my thought, right? I would have loved for Wendy to have been on her grind during all of this stuff with the 2024 that we've had, with all of the revelations that have come out, with even before 2024, late 2023, with the Cassie lawsuit and all of those things. Like, she would have been the perfect person to have been reporting on these things. And I would say more so in a radio and podcast capacity versus being on TV, because you have your limits there. But we have to still remember that her ex-husband is still trying to collect and wants this woman to make her money even if she is in the ground. So my personal opinion, and I've said this from the beginning of all of this stuff, is that I believe that Wendy is trying to protect herself from having to honor the agreements that were made in the divorce, because the fact that this woman who has worked so hard doing the things that she's doing to make a name, and he wants to act as if he made her, but yet he hasn't been able to make another her, and can't pay his HOA dues, and he can't pay this and he can't pay that, and he's been losing. I don't want her to have to work to pay him money. I mean, seriously. So I feel like Charlamagne was saying a little bit too much. Maybe he didn't think about it in that way, but then my mind goes back to the fact that Charlamagne admitted that he was the one that introduced Kevin to Sharina. I don't know if you all remember that, but yeah, I remember that. So I mean, I wouldn't say that Charlamagne is team Wendy. That's just my personal opinion. And hey, maybe Wendy forgot about that too. But why are you out here revealing that to the public? Because the next thing you know, Kevin's going to be making a filing in court to try to gain something that he doesn't deserve. Let that woman rest. Let her be at her, her peaceful place, not having to put in the work so that Kevin can get paid. Thanks for being here, liking, and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.
Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly. Look in my eyes, don't let it fall on me. Say you're a good guy, make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it. See how rewind, when we rewind, it feels so nice. The pros don't know the cons, forget the whys. Do you know why? Triggered inside the situation.